Yesterday, Judge Shira A decided that stop and frisk in New York City was unconstitutional, that it was being applied to blacks and Latinos at far greater a rate than their percentage of the population, and that they were being unfairly targeted to violate the 4th and the 14th Amendments. Fox News respectfully, kind of, disagrees. And what I love is the way that they are couching it in terms of, no, Fox knows best for black people. They weren't trying to protect white people, they were trying to protect black people. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, Laura Ingraham, tell me all about it.
This is an unconstitutional, unreasonable search and seizure. Just on the face, it's not really a search, it's a quick pat down. It's not a seizure, you're not really seizing the person, it's just a very momentary stop.
I'm amused by that. Like, if you did that to Laura Ingraham, you're like, no, I'm not seizing you, you're just not allowed to go anywhere. And I'm not searching you, I'm just patting your whole body down. I'm sure that she'd be like, oh yeah, great, do that anytime you like. Or she might lose her shit if you did it to her. Now, of course, she thinks it's not going to be done to me. That's done to blacks and Latinos. Let's keep it real. But it turns out, no, she's actually trying to protect that community. Let's find out.
But the cops on the beat, it was interesting to read their commentary yesterday when this decision came down. They said it would make them less likely to follow through on the type of criminal reporting and criminal investigation that they really have to do in order to make this successful. Yep. They said it demonizes them in the community, and the judge will now demand that they affix cameras to their persons to record everything that's happening. Now, police officers, and they're not perfect, they're like the rest of us, but they have a very difficult and dangerous job in cities in this country. No doubt. And to give them one more burden to do their jobs and say this is unconstitutional, it's another reason why we need presidential candidates to talk about how important the courts are.
That's interesting. First of all, she says that the cops, and she speaks for all the cops, in other words, for propaganda purposes, Ray Kelly sent out a couple of cops to say, oh, we don't like the decision. Yeah, our boss told us we really don't like the decision. And so she's speaking for the cops here, first of all. That's interesting because there's a lawsuit in New York City about quotas on stop and frisk. And actual cops said they don't like the quotas. And then the police department turned around and called those cops lazy, saying, that they need to meet their productivity goals. You need to shake down more blacks and Latinos. And there's an actual dispute where cops are not happy with the stop and frisk program, but it's okay. Laura Ingraham speaks for all cops. But the second part was even more interesting. She says, oh, the ruling demonizes cops in the community, not the stop and frisk program, where 88% of the people they stop are totally innocent. They target, even though minorities, Latinos and blacks are 52% of the population, they're targeted 80 to 90% of the stop and frisk. But that doesn't demonize the cops. The ruling demonizes the cops. Come on, what a joke. Now, you want to see real people in that community? Here, let me go again to a video put together by New York Civil Liberties Union, originally aired on Democracy Now!, and this is the actual community. Watch.
This is the entrance where we come in, and where my son also come in. I have to come to my bedroom window, which is on the inside of the courtyard, to make sure that he gets past safely. To run this way to come to my kitchen window, which is up there, to make sure that he gets through this way safely. Then go to my hall door, my house door, to make sure that he gets upstairs without being stopped and harassed by police.
You can't even walk here, you gotta walk on eggshells.
And it's not a pleasant experience to go through. And it's embarrassing when you have people over, they call it Fort Knox, and nobody wants to come and visit you. Your family doesn't even want you to live here.
So when we see police, we don't like them. We don't want to talk to you because all we seen is you abusing us.
People here pay rent, we're taxpayers, we work hard, and we deserve some kind of respect and consideration from New York's finest.
And you have a lot of innocent bystanders and people that work and have a 9 to 5 that they feel that they're being harassed. And it's not fair. Nobody wants to come home and get up and go to work and have to go through that.
Now, did it seem like they were really welcoming the stop and frisk policy, that they really looked forward to seeing the cops, but it was that damn Judge Scheindlin who demonized the cops, that these folks that live in New York City, they never thought that before the ruling, right? Of course, that was recorded well before the ruling. And in fact, here comes my favorite part where Fox News is going to pretend to speak for the people you actually just saw speak for themselves.
You have people who live in these so-called bad, poor neighborhoods that Mayor Bloomberg was talking about there, that they're actually against the judge's decision.
Oh,
because
well,
ultimately they're trying to work hard to probably move out of these neighborhoods for the most part, and they want it to be safe.
Yeah, I want the judge to move into this, and the judge should move into Bed-Stuy or up in some of the difficult areas of Staten Island, where this has made this has saved lives. This policy.
Yeah, because take a look at your screen here. I mean, this is the graphic. This is what you're talking about here. This is where the judge lives. Her neighborhood. She lives with 0 murders this past year. Robbery 68. Shooting victims 1 compared to east part of New York, 8 murders, 535 robberies, and 35 shooting victims.
Yeah, because Laura Ingraham, she lives in Bed-Stuy. She knows all about that community. So does Gretchen Carlson. And they're always hanging out there. So I love them sticking up for all the good black people and Latinos and minorities in New York City. They can't wait for the cops to show up and stop and frisk them. And I can't believe the judge actually talking about the Constitution and how you can't do an unreasonable search and seizure. How dare she? The people of Bed-Stuy wanted the cops to stop and frisk them. Why did the judge step in here? The ball's on Fox News, man. Who's stupid enough to believe that Laura Ingraham and Gretchen Carlson speak for the minorities of New York?